So here is my hand and wrist observation and history questions eval portion. We're gonna get started here with the history questions. So first start off, chief complaint, tell me about your problem. Then we're gonna do the history. So when did you first notice your symptoms? Have you had any previous history with these symptoms? Has anyone in your family had any similar symptoms? What activity were you engaged in during the onset of the symptoms? Was there any change in recent activity? So whether like your sleep or diet or stuff, was there a specific pop or snap when you during the onset, and was there a specific mechanism that you were aware of at the start? Location, so point to one area where does it hurt, and then are there any other areas where it's also hurting significantly? Then we're going to do symptom characteristics. So characterize the pain: dull, sharp, throbbing. Does the pain radiate? If so, where? What increases the pain? What decreases the pain? How does these symptoms affect your activity level? Do you have any other symptoms? So that could be like tightness, numbness, tingling, throbbing, heat, cold. And does your limb feel heavy or weak after activity? Next, we're going to do the observation portion. So first off, compare bilaterally, laterally, posterior, and anteriorly. We'll look at swelling, discoloration, deformity, scars, lacerations, hematomas, body motion, muscle spasms, facial expression, position of the limb. Are they favoring or supporting the limb? We're gonna look at ulnar drift. So if the hand is kind of in slight ulnar deviation. So rotation of the fingers. So if it's twisted like this, the fingernail. So you want to have the nice convex surface and not a concave surface. Now we're gonna do swan neck. So it kind of looks like an S where the PIP is kind of down and the DIP is up. So it kind of has that swan neck appearance. And then the opposite would be the boutonniere, where it kind of is up at the PIP and then kind of swoops down at the DIP. Next we have claw fingers. So all your fingers are flexed. Drop wrist, so it's simply just your wrist is stuck in flexion. We have Volkmann's contracture, which combines those two, so it's the wrist is flexed and you have the clawed fingers. We have Bishop's hand, so fourth and fifth are flexed, and there's atrophy of the hypothenar eminence. And then there's also Dupuytren's, so also fourth and fifth are flexed, but the tendons of the palmar aponeurosis are very tight and thick, and you can feel them and they're hard. We have trigger finger, so there would be a bulge underneath on the palmar side, above or below the PIP joint. What else? We have mallet finger, so it's just the DIP that is flexed. And then we also have jersey finger, where just the PIP is flexed. This one because there's the rupture of the flexor digitorum profundus. Professional jerseys at Melissa. Then we have the ganglion cyst, which is going to be the bulge on the dorsal wrist. The parachinia, which is the finger bed infection. And then the subungo hematoma, which is the pooling of blood underneath the fingernail. And then hypertrophy and atrophy of the thenar and hypothenar eminences.